Namo tassa bhagavato arahato sammasambuddhassa. Today we will continue to talk about the Buddha's last day, part 4, Mahāparinibbāna Sutta. Now we are talking about Bhikkhu Abrihaniya Dhamma. Today another 7 Dhammas or non-decline for bhikkhus. Actually, not only bhikkhu, for all of the Buddha's disciples. This is the 4th group. So the Buddha said, Yavakuyansa bhikkhawe bhikkhu sati sambhojangam bhave santi. Dhamma vijaya dambhojangam bhave santi. Viriya sambhojangam bhave santi. Piti sambhojangam bhave santi. Pasati sambhojangam bhave santi. Samadhi sambhojangam bhave santi. Ubekha sambhojangam bhave santi. Odi eva bhikkhu bhikkhuna pati kenka no parihani. You know, Saddha Bhojanga, the 7 enlightenments fetters, 7 fetters or enlightenments. They are called Saddha Bhojanga. When bhikkhu are developing these Saddha Bhojanga, 7 enlightenment fetters, they may be expected to prosper, not decline, not to decline. So all bhikkhu or all of Buddha's disciples who wish to be prosperous, who wish to develop, okay, the Saddha Bhojanga, they should develop these 7 enlightenment fetters. What are these 7 enlightenment fetters? 7 enlightenment fetters mean, you know, those who wish to escape from, who wish to liberate from defilements. They should develop these 7 enlightenment fetters. And also, those who wish to penetrate the Four Noble Truths, they should develop these 7 enlightenment fetters. Without developing these 7 enlightenment fetters, nobody can escape from the defilements, kilesa. Nobody can penetrate the Four Noble Truths. That is why they are very important fetters to escape from defilements, to realize Nibbana, to penetrate the Four Noble Truths. You know, there are a lot of Buddha and Buddha's disciples who escaped from the defilements, who penetrated the Four Noble Truths, who realized Nibbana. First, they try to abandon the 5 hindrances, Pancha Nivarana. Then they also put their mind into the 4 Satipatthana. Then develop these 7 enlightenment fetters. Then they realize Nibbana. They penetrate the Four Noble Truths. They escape from the defilements. Now there are also a lot of noble persons. They also practice the same way. In the future, there will be also a lot of enlightened ones, like the Buddha or Buddha's disciple. They also practice the same way. They should try to abandon the 5 hindrances first. Then they put their mind in the objects of 4 Satipatthanas. Then they developed these 7 enlightenment fetters. Then they escape from suffering. They escape from defilements. Then they will penetrate the Four Noble Truths. They will realize Nibbana. This is the only way. So the Buddha encouraged the Buddha's disciples here to develop these 7 enlightenment factors, to develop, to prosper, not to decline in their life. What are these 7 enlightenment factors? Number 1, Sati Sambhojjhangam Bhavesandi, you see here, develop the enlightenment factors of mindfulness. Mindfulness, put your mindfulness on the meditation objects, not only meditation objects, okay, all objects which can produce, which can cause the wholesomeness, kusala, chaita. Whatever objects you pay attention, then you have yoniso manasikara, what happened? Wise attention or proper attention with this object. Object is good objects or bad objects. It is no problem. But if you have yoniso manasikara, then kusala mind will arise. For example, you are doing generosities. You offer 4 requisites to the Buddha and his disciple or someone. Then taking, the donations, the requisites as objects or the receiver as objects. You also have wise attention, proper attention. What happened? Then kusala chaita is arising. Dharna kusala. With this dharna kusala chaitas, the mindfulness is also associated. Okay, this is also mindfulness, enlightenment factors. In the same way, when you are keeping the precepts, like 5 precepts, what will happen? Again, the beings, objects, okay, not to kill living being, avoid them from killing, something like this. Or pay attention, these objects, you have yoniso manasikara, you avoid from killing, etc. Then kusala chaita, sila kusala is arising. Then mindfulness also associated with this kusala chaita. Then you have mindfulness. Then you are also practicing meditation, samatha meditations or vipassana meditation, taking the respective objects. For example, like anapana meditation. Then you are paying attention to the anapana meditation objects with the kusala mind. There will be bhavana kusala. Then there's also mindfulness. Mindfulness associated with this bhavana kusala mind. Okay, that is why in this way you're trying to develop. Then your kusala more and more increased, more and more developed. Kamavasara kusala to rupavachara kusala. You attain up to jhana's concentration. Rupavachara kusala chaita. In the same way, you continue to practice the respective meditation objects in accordance with the Buddha's instruction, then you can attain arupavachara jhana. Then arupavachara kusala chaita is arising. Then mindfulness is also associated with this arupavachara kusala chaita. Then based on this concentration, you continue to practice vipassana. Pay attention the sankhara nama rupa object. Then vipassana kusala chaita is arising. There's also mindfulness, which is associated with this kusala chaita, vipassana kusala chaita. Then finally, you realize nibbana. Then when you realize nibbana, your mind is called maybe a mega jnana or phala jnana, path knowledge or fruition knowledge. This mega chaita and phala chaita take nibbana as object. At the times, there's also mindfulness, sati. This sati is associated with this mega mind or phala mind. Or you develop, sati sambhojjhanga, enlightenment factors or mindfulness. Beginning from, small kusala, kamavachara kusala, then rupavachara kusala, then arupavachara kusala, then up to lokottara kusala. All the times, whatever kusala you do, kusala, kamavachara kusala or rupavachara kusala or arupavachara kusala or lokottara kusala, lokottara chaita, the mindfulness is there. So your mindfulness develops slowly up to lokottara, the lokottara chaita. Okay, mindfulness associated with lokottara chaita, like this. Then when you develop in this way, sure, you may be expected to prosper, to develop, not to decline in your life. The Buddha encourages you to develop the enlightenment factors or mindfulness. The other one, number 2, okay, then in the same way, the other enlightenment factors, if I explain the Sati Sambhojjhanga, mindfulness, the enlightenment factors of mindfulness, the other also in the same way, Dhamma Vijaya Sambhojjhanga, another Sambhojjhanga, Bhavesandi, develop the enlightenment factors or investigations or Dhammas, phenomena, then you may be expected to prosper, to develop, not to decline. This one is called the wisdom, investigation of the Dhamma. When you are taking, the objects with the kusala mind, the wisdom is also associating with this kusala mind, every kusala mind. Okay, wisdom associated with the kusala mind. You do dana kusala generosity. Sure, you have the knowledge of the believing of karma and its result, karma sakata jnana. Without believing of karma and its result, then you will not do this generosity. Okay, you will not do the generosity. That is why when you are doing dana kusala generosity, there's a kusala mind. This kusala mind also associated with the wisdom. This is called enlightenment factors or investigation of the Dhamma, Dhamma Vijaya Sambhojjhanga. In the same way, when you are observing sila, when you are practicing meditation, this wisdom associated with these kusala mind, dana kusala, sila kusala, and bhavana kusala mind. Only just to practice, just to develop those wisdom until you realize Nibbana, until you penetrate the Four Noble Truths. Then you are developing the enlightenment factors or investigation of Dhamma. Then another one, okay, Viriya Sambhojjhanga Bhavesandi. Viriya Sambhojjhanga Bhavesandi, number 3. Develop the enlightenment factors of effort. Viriya. Sure, when you are doing sankusala, to arise kusala, you try to arise kusala. You tried not to arise akusala. This is called Viriya Sambhojjhanga. Not to arise akusala in your mind. Sure, you need to do kusala. If there's a kusala in your mind, kusala chaita is arising in your mind, then kusala cannot arise. Akusala cannot arise. If there's a no kusala in your mind, then akusala will arise. That is why you are trying to arise kusala in your mind. Otherwise, akusala mind will occupy, will arise. For example, you are doing generosity, dana kusala, then kusala mind is arising. To arise this kusala mind, you have yoniso manasikara. Yoniso manasikara, wise attention, proper attention. Without proper attention, you cannot do. That is why you have proper attention. Yoniso manasikara. Then you do dana kusala, sila kusala, then bhavana kusala practices meditation. So you are developing the effort beginning from the arising of kamavachara kusala. Then to rupavachara kusala, arupavachara kusala, and logottara kusala, etc. Then your effort is increasing. You are developing. Then another one, number 4. What is number 4? Piti Sambhojjhangam Bhavesandi, develop the enlightenment factors of joy. Sure, when you are doing a kusala, you should do the kusala happily with the joyful feelings. If you are not happy, sure, you don't want to do this kusala. When you do kusala happily, then your piti, rapture is increasing. You are not satisfied with doing dana kusala. Then you also observe the 5 precepts, etc. You also do sila kusala happily with the joyful feelings. You observe the precepts happily, okay? Then your piti Sambhojjhanga is increasing. In the same way, you also practice meditation with the joyful feelings. That means you are very interested to practice meditation. You are very interested to do dana kusala, sila kusala, bhavana kusala, step by steps, until you realize nibbana, until you penetrate the Four Noble Truths, until you escape from you escape from the defilement. Then you are trying to develop the enlightenment factors of joy, rapture. Then another one, number 5. Passaddhi Sambhojjhangam Bhavesandi, develop the enlightenment factors of tranquility. After when you practice meditation, when you do a kind of kusala, dana or sila or bhavana, what will happen? Sure, you don't have regrets or remorse. Then you are practicing meditation with the pure mind. At that times, when you can stay with the good objects mean you have the objects, you also have yoniso manasikara. Then you can stay with the good objects. At that time, you have joyful feeling, rapture. Because of rapture, passaddhi arise. Passaddhi means your body and mind become tranquil, become peaceful with the objects. That is why you want to do such kinds of kusala again and again, not only one time. You want to do dana, you want to take the precepts not to break again and again. You want to observe. You want to practice meditations more and more. You will not stop. When your body and mind is tranquil and peaceful. Okay? Tranquility. That is why you are also developing the enlightenment factors or tranquilities. When your body and mind are tranquil, peaceful, sure, then you will not stop the developing the kusala. Whatever kusala you do, you are very tranquil and peaceful. That is why you want to spend your time with those kusala objects. Then you may be expected to develop, not to decline. Okay, another number 6. Number 6 is a Samadhi Sambhojjhangam Bhavesandi, develop the enlightenment factors of concentrations. Then you may be expected to develop, to prosper, not to decline. When you develop the enlightenment factor or tranquility, passaddhi, for example, when you stay with the meditation objects, your mind and body is very tranquil and peaceful. Then you practice more and more. You do kusala more and more. Then what will happen? Then your concentrations become deeper. Your concentrations become deeper and deeper. For example, in meditation practice, you meditate for example, half an hour, comfortably and peacefully with the comfortable and tranquil body and mind. Then later, you will be able to meditate about 1 hour, about 1.5 hours or 2 hours, then more than 2 hours, etc. Whenever you meditate comfortably and peacefully, then sure your concentrations become deeper and deeper. Then you are also developing the enlightenment factors of concentration. So your concentration increase, improve. What will happen? Kamavachara Samadhi, Upachara Samadhi, Khanika Samadhi to Upachara Samadhi. Upachara Samadhi, Khanika Samadhi and Upachara Samadhi are called Kamavachara Samadhi. Then you continue to develop your concentration with the meditation object. Then you attain up to jhana's concentration, or jhana's concentration consider Rupavachara Samadhi, then Arupavachara Samadhi. Then you continue to practice vipassana based on this concentration, then you can realize Nibbana. When you can take Nibbana objects, then the concentration associated with Lokottara mind, mega mind and flat mind. Or you develop the enlightenment factors or concentration, Samadhi Sambhojjhanga, from beginnings to top in this way. Okay? Then when you are developing these enlightenment factors of concentration, then you may be expected to prosper, to develop, not decline in your life. Then number 7. Upekkha Sambhojjhanga Bhavesandi, develop the enlightenment factors of equanimity. Then you may be expected to prosper, not to decline. Not to decline. Sometimes, Upekkha Sambhojjhanga, Upekkha is very high level. Equanimity means your mind is middle mind, without having love and hate, or such kinds of equanimity. Equanimous mind is very difficult. Most of the people, especially the Puthojjana ordinary person, when they see disagreeable object, undesirable objects, they get angry. So they have the anger, dosa. When they experience the agreeable objects, desirable object, then they have attachment to these objects. So they have love or lust, raga, attachment. Then what happens? Akusala are arising in their mind, depends on those agreeable and disagreeable objects. But when you have yoniso manasikara, when you have yoniso manasikara and practice regularly, then what will happen? Although you experience the disagreeable objects, you will not get angry with these objects. Although you experience agreeable objects, you will not have attachment to these objects. You can put your mind as middle mind or equanimity. So your mind is not falling into both sides, okay? Anger or attachment, So without having love or hate, without having anger or attachment, lobha or dosa, then you can keep your mind in the middle. Or this mind is called equanimous mind, equanimity. Or this is very powerful and very high level. Then you are practicing those meditations. Then you can also get such kinds of equanimous mind, equanimity. Or this is also called Upekkhaṃsa Bojjhanga, the enlightenment factors of equanimity. Then when you will complete this equanimity, then when you can take Nibbana as objects, then taking Nibbana as objects, what will happen? Any kusala, for example, Kamavaccara kusala as objects, then kusala is arising, kusala mind is arising. This equanimity is also associated with this kusala mind. It's okay. Then when you are taking jhana concentration as object, or especially in fourth jhana and arupa jhana, then equanimity, upekkha is arising there. Then at that time, no love and no hate in your mind. Then when you attain Nibbana, taking Nibbana as object, sure. Depends Nibbana agama rago khiyatiti raga khayore. Depending on Nibbana objects, raga, the last are disappeared, or love cease. Attachment, the seed, and also dosa, Nibbana agama, dosa khiyatiti, dosa khayo. Depending on Nibbana objects, dosa also cease. Depending on Nibbana objects, moha, delusion also cease. Then when you are taking Nibbana as objects, entering into flat samadhi at that time, depends on Nibbana objects, all defilements cease, cannot appear in your mind. Those defilements cannot torture your mind. Okay? Or then at that time, can consider your mind is tranquil without falling into love or hate. You should develop until you reach. You should develop these Upekkhaṃsa Bojjhanga, the enlightenment factors or equanimity, until you realize Nibbana. Not only the Nibbana with the lower Sotapaddi fruition knowledge, for example, until you can take Nibbana with the Arhata past knowledge or fruition knowledge. Or the Buddha wants you to develop these 7 enlightenment factors until you attain what? Arhata flat, Arhantaship, until you become Arhant. Then you may be expected to prosper, not to decline. These are, 7 enlightenment factors. These 7 non-decline dhammas for bhikkhus. Bhikkhu refers to all the Buddha's disciples here, not only bhikkhu, okay? Or refers to meditators, practitioners. Then, I briefly explain number 1. You go to number 1 again. Or maybe I don't know, then you want to see here, or okay. The Sati Sambhojjhanga. Then how to develop, how to increase, the Sati Sambhojjhanga. How to increase, how to develop the enlightenment factors of mindfulness. That means how to try to increase the mindfulness. The commentary explain, there are 4 things which can increase the enlightenment factors of mindfulness. Or, okay, sati. Sati Sambhojjhanga. Sati Sambhojjhanga. Now you are developing these 7 enlightenment factors, or 7 enlightenment factors. Okay, 7 enlightenment factors. Among these 7 enlightenment factors, there's a sati Sambhojjhanga. So when you want to increase, when you want to develop the sati sambojjhanga, you should try to know how to increase your sati, mindfulness. How to increase? Number one, sati sambojjhana. Sati sambojjhana. You should always have mindfulness and clear comprehensions with any objects. Any objects me. Just now I already explained, Yoniso Manasikara is the most important to develop these 7 enlightenment factors. So with one, okay, then when you have Yoniso Manasikara, these you will be able to develop these 7 enlightenment factors. This is one, enough with one. But there are also another ways how to increase the 7 enlightenment factor. Here, how to increase the sati. Number one, sati sampajanya. You should always have mindfulness and clear comprehension with any objects. For example, Gechandowa, Gechamiti, Pajanati, when you are walking, you understand, you have mindfulness and clear comprehensions towards the meditation objects. You are practicing, for example, Anapana meditation. You pay attention the Anapana meditations and every bodily posture. Sometimes, when you have difficulty to practice Anapana meditation, then you also pay attention any other meditation objects like Bodhanusati or Metta, etc. Then you have sati and sampajanya. Sati and sampajanya. In the same way, the other posture also. Whatever you are doing, you have sati and sampajanya. If you practice in this way, then the sati sambojjhanga will increase. Your sati, your mindfulness will increase. When your mindfulness increase, sure, what happens? Then whatever objects you pay attention, okay, then you will not allow akusala to arise in your mind. Then automatically kusala arise. When kusala arise, what happens? The mindfulness is also arising there. Mindfulness associate with the kusala mind. Then another one, number 2, Mokta Sati Pokala Priwachanata. Mokta Sati Pokala Priwachanata. You should avoid the one who have no mindfulness. Then your mindfulness will increase. Sure, if you are associating with those who are not interested in meditation practice, doing kusala, what will happen? Okay, they have no mindfulness, then you associate with them, then your mindfulness will not increase. Okay, let's go to night class, let's go to garden, let's go to cinema, what will happen? Then, sure, then your mindfulness will decrease, will disappear. That is why you should avoid those who have no mindfulness. Then number 3, Upadhita Sati Pokala Sevanata. You should also associate with those who have mindfulness. Then they are practicing meditation, they are doing kusala, they are doing generosity, dana kusala regularly. They are also keeping the precepts not to break. They are also practicing meditation regularly, or they have mindfulness. Then when you associate with those persons, you will also do those kinds of kusala. Then your mindfulness will increase. Okay? Then number 4, Dharadimodata. You have intentions to get, you have inclinations, okay, to get the mindfulness. If you don't want to develop, if you don't want to have mindfulness, sure, you will not be interested. You will not be interested to do so. That is why intention is also very important. For example, you want to realize Nibbana, there is intentions or inclinations to realize Nibbana, Because of this reason, you fulfill parami, you practice, you observe sila, you practice meditation, then you realize nibbana. If you have no intention, no inclinations to realize nibbana, then you don't want to do anything. You don't want to do, you don't want to observe the precepts, you don't want to practice meditation, then mindfulness will not increase. That is why these 4 factors are to develop the mindfulness. To arise these four things, then yoniso manasikara is the most important. Okay, another one, number 2. Number 2, what is number 2? Dhamma vijayatam bojjhanga. Dhamma vijayatam bojjhanga. Then just now I already explained. Whatever kusala mind arises, the wisdom will associate with this kusala mind. Depends on level of kusala mind. Then wisdom level also will be lower or higher, will be different. Then you develop the wisdom investigation, okay? The Dhamma Vijaya investigations or the Dhamma. Then even you can realize Nibbana. The wisdom will associate with the mind, Lokuttara mind. But there are also 7 Dhammas which can increase the wisdom, the Dhamma Vijaya, okay? The enlightenment factors of investigation or Dhamma. What are they? Paripocchakata. Paripocchakata. You should also actually ask the good things. For example, you also inquire about the 5 aggregate. You know, 5 aggregate. What is 5 aggregate? What is 5 khanda? Then you learn from the teachers. Then they explain what are the 5 khandas, the nature of 5 khandas. Then you understand the 5 khandas. In the same way, what are the ayarana, 12 ayarana, 12 visits? Then they also explain, then you understand. Okay? Then paripocchakata means this one. You also inquire what is the 4 noble truths. They will explain. Then you also understand what are the 4 noble truths. Then you also inquire what are the noble 8-fold paths. Then you learn. You ask. Then they also explain. Then you understand what are the 4 noble truths. What is how to practice samatha and vipassana meditation? Or they also teach you. Then you understand how to practice samatha and vipassana meditation. That means your wisdom is increasing. That is why paripocchakata, inquiring the 5 aggregate samatha vipassana practice, etc. That is one reason to increase your wisdom or Dhamma Vijaya Sambojjhanga. Then Votu Vizara Kriya. Votu Vizara Kriya, keep the physical bodies and the surrounding environments clean. When you want to increase your wisdom, your Dhamma Vijaya Sambojjhanga, you should also keep your physical body clean. If your body is very dirty, then you will not be able to meditate with the clear mind. Even teacher also will not want to stay with you, something like this, is it? That is why your physical body must be clean. Then also environment. Environment also must be clear, must be clean. Then you should also sweeping. You should sweep around your kuti, your environments, etc. There are also many stories. For example, even Venerable Sariputta also, the Buddha also like this one. Venerable Sariputta entered into flat samadhi without cleaning the environments. Then the Buddha comes to show his footprint around this. Then when he emerged from the flat samadhi, then he saw the Buddha came here. Then he was shameful. The Buddha want me to clean before entering into flat samadhi like this. Is it? That is why, if you want to increase your wisdom or Dhamma Vijaya Sambhojjhanga, you should keep your physical body and the environment clean. What was Visara Kriya? Then number 3, Indriya Samatha Padiparana, balancing or the controlling faculties. Or you should try to balance. You should try to balance the controlling faculty. Saddha, Viriya, Sati, Samadhi, Panya. When these five faculties are balancing each other, then you meditate comfortably and peacefully, being aware of the respective meditation objects. At that time, your wisdom is increasing. I need to balance this one, okay? Then Dopenya Pokala Priwachana, Dopenya Pokala Priwachana. You should also avoid the one who has no wisdom. Who has no wisdom. Then if you associate with those who have no wisdom, what will happen? Sure, they have no wisdom. No wisdom means they have no kusala also. That is why what will they do? They will do only bad things, akusala things. Then you will follow his idea and you will also do. Then your wisdom will not increase. That is why you should avoid the ones who has no wisdom. Pinya Wanda Bogala Sevana, you should associate with one who has wisdom. Or they have wisdom, sure, you should associate with them. Then you will also admire this person, then you will also follow his way, then your wisdom will increase. Like Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, etc. They have very high wisdom. Or they also admire such kinds of very great venerable. Then what happens? They also practice meditation. They also accumulate kusala according to their instruction. Then their wisdom also increase. Their wisdom increase. So when you associate with the one who has wisdom, then your wisdom will increase. Gambira Jnana Chariya Pechavakana. Gambira Jnana Chariya Pechavakana reflect on the power of deep wisdom. Okay? You should also reflect on the power of deep wisdom. You should reflect on, for example, the 5 aggregate. Last time, Paribhauchagata, you learn what is 5 aggregate, what are the 4 noble truths, etc. Then after that, you also reflect the 5 aggregate with your direct knowledge. Then you can penetrate. That means you also discern, you also reflect the 5 aggregate. You practice vipassana practically, taking the 5 aggregate as object. Then you are reflecting, you are penetrating the 5 aggregate. Then your wisdom will increase. Another one is Dharadimodata. You have inclinations, you have intentions to get the wisdom. Or you want to have, for example, the wisdom associated with Kamāvacara Kusala mind. Then you try to arise Kusala mind, Kamāvacara Kusala. Then you practice meditation, you attain up to Upajjhara Samadhi. Because of your intention, your inclinations, then your wisdom is increasing. Then you want to attain the wisdom associated with Rupavajjhara mind. Then you practice, then you attain jhana's concentration. Then your mind is wisdom is associated with jhana, Rupavajjhara Kusala mind. Then Arupavajjhara Kusala mind, then Lokottara mind. Then your wisdom is associated with Lokottara mind. Okay, supramundane mind. In this way, your wisdom will increase with these 7 things. Then you understand how to increase the enlightenment factors or investigation or Dharma or wisdom. And number three. What is number three? Viriya Bhojenga. Oh, okay. Viriya Bhojenga here. Just now already explained. You try not to arise akusala and to arise kusala. That means this is we call enlightenment factors or effort. Viriya Bhojenga. You are trying. You need to try. Without trying, it cannot happen. Then akusala will arise. Akusala will arise in your mind. Kusala will not arise in your mind. But you are trying not to arise akusala in your mind and to arise all kusala in your mind. Kusala also, from beginning to higher level of kusala. Because of yonisamanasikara. Okay? Then because of yonisamanasikara, kusala mind will arise. Then the effort will associate with this kusala mind. This is called enlightenment factors or effort. There are also 11 things which can increase the effort. What are they? Apaya Bhaya Pichavakhanata. Apaya Bhaya Pichavakhanata. Reflect on the danger of full state or full state or samsara, etc. Without reflecting on the danger or the samsara or full state, apaya, then you don't want to practice meditation diligently. You don't want to do kusala diligently. Is it? Then because of this reason, you should reflect on the danger of the full state. When you, for example, because of akusala, when you fall to full state, you are in the hell, for example. Someone is in the hell. What will happen? They feel suffering in the hell. They have no opportunities to do kusala. Even very difficult to escape from the hell. At that time, you already passed your time, your opportunities to do kusala. That is why, okay, then when you reflect on the dangers of full state, danger of samsara, wrong or rebirth, then you will do kusala. You will not stop doing the kusala. Then your kusala will increase from kama vachara to rupa vachara to lokottara kusala. In this way, finally you realize nibbana, then you will never fall into full state. Or because of reflecting on the danger of full state or samsara, then you try to increase your effort, viriya. This is the number one. Then number two, anisansa dasa vita. Anisansa dasa vita, reflect on the benefits of effort. If someone is lazy, what will happen? Sure, they cannot attain the lokottara Dhamma, mega phala and nibbana, super mundane Dhamma. Or Buddha, Vajika Buddha and the Savaka, the noble Savaka, they attain nibbana because of effort. Or if they are lazy, it is impossible as to attain nibbana, to realize nibbana, to penetrate the full noble truth. Because of this reason, I also should try to practice the noble eightfold paths diligently. Then they practice, reflecting on the benefits of effort. Then what happens? The effort increase, viriya increase. So they should also reflect on the benefits of effort. Kamana viti pecavakanata. Number three. Kamana viti pecavakanata. Reflect on the way we have to practice. For example, the Buddha also practiced this way. For example, the noble eightfold paths way. The Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, etc. They also practice this noble eightfold paths way. Because of the practice of these noble eightfold paths or three trainings, then they also escape from suffering. They also realize nibbana. Then we should also practice this way. We should also follow their way. In this way, you should also reflect on the way to practice. Then your efforts will increase. Number four, Pindapata Pachayanata. Pindapata Pachayanata. Respect and food. Respect and food. Okay, then there are, and food, Pindapata. You respect me, the donor are offerings you to fulfill the 3 trainings or to practice the Noble Eightfold Paths. Actually, they are not your relative. They are not father, you're not mother. Although they are not your relatives, your father, not your mother, but they offer, they support the requests to you. They also offer the ants food, Pindapata, to you. Then, okay, then to have benefits of to have benefits for the donor, then I should practice meditation diligently. Or in this way, when you reflect on this, then you will practice meditation diligently. In commentary, there's also a story actually. This story is a little bit long. That is why only, for example, Mahāparinibbāna, he stayed in the forest. Then finally, the Mahāparinibbāna practiced meditation diligently. Then they become Arahanta. When they become Arahanta, okay, the donor offers to the Arahanta, or that is very beneficial. Or they offer only, one meal, but the empty realization of Nibbana, the result of offering, or they will receive, they will get the result of the offering, benefit of offerings. Okay? In this way, you should also reflect on, you should also respect the ants food. Then another one is Dayaja Mahada Pichavakhanata. Dayaja Mahada Pichavakhanata reflect on the superiorities of the noble person's property, which can receive as an inheritance. Which can receive an inheritance. Then actually, we are using the 4 requisites. We got the inheritance from the Buddha. So the Buddha is the highest person, came from the high family, royal family, etc. Okay? Then we should also reflect on the great, the inheritance of the Buddha. Then when we reflect on this, then we will not negligent. We will not neglect. Okay, we will not be heedful. Then we will be mindful. We will practice meditation diligently, like this. So reflect on the superiority of the noble one's property, which one can receive as an inheritance. Okay. Then Sadhu Mahata Pichavakhanata. We should also reflect on the great teachers. Our teacher is the great teacher, the Buddha. So the Buddha also practice, Dukkaracharya for 6 years. Then after practicing for 6 years, even without eating, without drinking, he practiced diligently. Then finally, he found out the true way, Noble Eightfold Paths. Then he became Enlightenment. Then our teacher is a great teacher. He also practiced the Noble Eightfold Paths diligently. Then when we reflect on our great teachers, then we will not be negligent. Then we will practice the 3 trainings diligently. Then your effort will increase. Jati Mahata Pichavakhanata. Jati Mahata Pichavakhanata reflect on the superiority of the clan, okay? Clan or lineage or family. Actually, since we ordain in the sadhana, we are the family member of the Buddha. The Buddha has higher family, okay? The Buddha is such a families. That is why we are also the lineage of the Buddha. When you reflect on this, then we should not be lazy. We should follow the Buddha's way. Then when we reflect on the highest lineage of the Buddha, then we will practice meditation, we will fulfill the 3 trainings diligently. Then your efforts also will increase. Then Sabbhamachari Mahāparinibbāna, you should also reflect on the, the superiorities of the fellows. Like Venerable Sariputta, Venerable Moggallana, Venerable Ananda, Venerable Maggasabba. Oh, you pay attention. Those persons, they are our fellows. They came from highest family. They also became enlightenment. They also realized Nibbana. They became Arahanta. So when we reflect on the superiorities of our fellows, then we will not be negligent. Then practice meditation diligently. Then your efforts will increase. Kusita Bogala Privajanata, another one. Number 9, Kusila Bogala Privajanata. Avoiding the ones who is lazy. You should also avoid the lazy. If you are associating with the lazy, then you will become lazy. Then your efforts will decrease. But when you avoid from the lazy persons, then your effort will increase. The number 10, Arada Viriya Bogala Sevanata. You should also associate with the one who has energy, who has diligent efforts. Then, if they are practicing the Noble Eightfold diligently, then you also associate with this person, then you will admire him and you will also practice the Noble Eightfold diligently. Then your efforts will increase until you realize Nibbana. Then the Dadati Modata inclines to get the enlightenment factors of Viriya Sambhojjhanga. You have intentions to give the enlightenment factors of effort. Then because of this inclination or intention, you follow those way. You practice the Noble Eightfold diligently. That is why your efforts will increase. If you have no intention, no inclinations to give the enlightenment factors or effort, then you don't want to practice. Then your effort will not increase. That is why intention, inclination also very important to get the effort. So altogether, 11 things which can increase the enlightenment factors or effort. Number 4, Uddhama Dasi. Number 4, Piti Sambhojjhanga, that develop the enlightenment factors or joy. Just now already explained, whatever kusala arises, then this kusala mind will associate with the joy. Joy will associate with the kusala mind. You are taking the good objects joyfully. Then your Nisomanasikara is the most important one. There are also 11 things which can increase for the rapture, Piti Sambhojjhanga. What are they? Number 1, Buddha Nusati. You reflect on the qualities of the Buddha. Then you will be able to stay with the Buddha's quality joyfully, happily, peacefully, comfortably. That is why your piti, joy or rapture will increase. Not only Buddha's quality, Dhamma quality also the same. Sangha's quality also the same. Sila Nusati. When you reflect on your pure sila, you are very joyful. Your rapture appear in your mind. So your joy, rapture, piti, sambhojjhanga will increase. Not only this one, Devata Nusati, you also reflect on the Deva's quality. They became Deva because they have Saddha, Sila, Penya, etc. Saddha, Sila, Saddha, faith to the travel jam. Sila, they also observe the precepts not to break. Pinya, they have the knowledge or the believing of karma and its result, etc. Then because of this reason, when they pass away, they became deva. Then we also have such kinds of quality. Then when you reflect on the qualities of the deva, then joyful feelings will appear. So the pitis and bojjhanga will increase. Then upasama nosati, you also reflect on the peace, peace of nibbana, peace of nibbana. When you are taking nibbana objects, there's no defilement. So your mind is very peaceful without any defilement. When you reflect on the peace of nibbana, then what will happen? Then your piti will increase. Lukha Bogala Parivajanata. You should also avoid the one who are very rude, hot, rough, okay? If you are associating with those rude persons, so you will get angry with them and you will not have any piti, joyful feeling. You will not have any rapture by associating with those persons. That is why you should avoid associating with rude person to increase your piti. Another one is Sineda Bogala Sevanada. You should also associate with gentle persons and kind persons. Sure, when they are very kind, when they are very gentle, by associating with them, you will be gentle, you will be kind persons. Then you will have the enlightenment factors of joy. Then Pasadaniya Sodanda Pachavakhanata, another one. Reflect upon Sutta, this can produce ease and happiness, number 10. Okay? Pasadaniya Sodanda. You should also read the Suttas. When you are reading the San Sutta like Dhammapada story, then you are very happy with those Sutta. Then when you are listening to the Dharma, you are very happy with this Dhamma. Okay, you should read and listen such kinds of Dhamma. Then your piti will increase. Then Dharati Modata, you have inclination. You have intentions to get piti without, okay, no problem. There's a no piti, also no problem. Then they were not trying to increase their piti. So they had intentions to increase their piti. Altogether, 11 things which can increase the piti. Another one, Pasati and Bojjhanga. Just now already explained the Yoni Somanasikara, but there are also another things to increase the 7 things to increase the tranquility. Pasati, what are they? Pandita Bhojana Sevanata. Then you also have the suitable food. Okay, suitable food. When you are having the suitable food, so your body and mind will be tranquil. Then number 2, Udu Sukha Sevanata. You should also stay at the suitable weather. If weather is suitable for your body and your mind, then your mind will be tranquil. Your body will be tranquil. You know, Udu is very cold or very hot. Sure, your mind and body will not be tranquil. Then another one, Iriyapata Sukha Sevanata. You should also choose suitable posture. When you are sitting for a long time, your body will not be tranquil. That is why sometimes you should also change the walking meditation or lying down or standing posture, something like this. Then which posture is the best? Not only lying down, okay? Then especially when you are sitting, paying attention meditation objects, you can meditate comfortably and peacefully. Then at that time, okay, this posture also good. No problem, you can choose the suitable postures. Mejjata Payogata, you should also reflect on the karmas and karmas results, or because of karma, something like this, okay? If something happens, for example, you are experiencing worldly condition, sometimes because of bad worldly condition, you are not happy, you are getting angry. Because of good worldly condition, you are very happy and very excited. Then your mind is not tranquil. Okay? Then whatever worldly condition you experience, you reflect, oh, because of my past karma, or because of their past karma, because of my karma, not only past, present karma also, okay? Because of my karma, it happened. Then at that time, you will not get angry and you will not be too excited. You will not be too excited. Then your mind will be tranquil. That is why you should also reflect on the karma and karma result. Then another one, number 5, Sarada Gaya Bogala Privachanata. Sarada Gaya Bogala Privachanata. You should also avoid one who has sorrow, worry, in mind and body. If they are too worried with everything, then when you associate with this one, sure, then your tranquility will not increase. So you should avoid such kinds of person. Then Pasada Gaya Pogala Sivanata, you should also associate with the one who are peaceful, If they are very peaceful with everything, especially they are very peaceful with the doing kusala, then when you associate with those persons, then your mind and body will be tranquil. Tranquility will increase. Dharadimodata, you have intention, inclinations to get the positive tranquility. If you don't want no problem, whatever I happen, tranquil or not tranquil, no problem, then you will not get. That is why you have intentions to be tranquil or to develop the enlightenment factors or tranquility. Then altogether 7 things. Then another one, number 6, Samadhi Sambhojanga. Samadhi Sambhojanga, Yoniso Manasikara is the most important one to develop Samadhi Sambhojanga. But there are also 11 things which can increase the Samadhi. What are they? Number 1, Otu Visara Kriyata, the same way, keep your physical body and the surrounding environments clean. Okay. Number 2, Indriya Samatha Priparana, balancing your controlling faculties. Number 3, Nimitta Kusalata, be patient at learning the meditation objects. Nimitta. You are skillful with the meditation objects. Okay, meditation objects. You can stay with any meditation objects. Then your samadhi will increase. Samyachaitasa pekananata. When you are practicing meditations, sometimes because of Samyachaitasa pekananata, Samyachaita, relax the mind at suitable time. Relax your mind your suitable time. Because of if you are practicing meditation with very weak effort, then what happens? You are very bored with the meditation objects. You don't want to continue to practice. In this way, at the time, you should develop the 3 enlightenment factors. Dhamma, Vijaya, Viriya, and Piti Sambhojanga. Then when you are developing these 3 Piti and Bhojanga, then your mind will be energetic again. You will be interested on the meditation objects again. Okay? Then Samaya Chaitasa Pekananata, release the mind at suitable times. Sometimes when you are practicing meditation diligently, but you have not enough concentration yet, then you will have a lot of restlessness, uddhacca. At that time, you should not develop just now the 3 factors of enlightenment. Now you develop passaddhi Sambhojanga, Samadhi Sambhojanga, and Upekkha Sambhojanga more. When you develop these 3 factors of enlightenment, then what happens? You also press down your mind not to be excited or like this. Sometimes, if necessary, you should develop those things. Then another one is Samaya Sambhasanata. Samaye Sambahadanada, when the mind lacks peace and pleasure during meditation, make the mind peaceful and happy. Make the mind peaceful and happy. Okay, when necessary. When necessary. This one also, when you are not so interested in meditation practice, you are very bored with meditation objects. Sometimes need to reflect on the sense of urgency. Sense of urgency, eight sense of urgency. Jati, the suffering, birth is suffering, aging is suffering, sickness is suffering, death is suffering, like this. Or apaya, dukkha, the suffering and the hell, full state. We also experience sense of suffering in the past. We also experience this suffering in the future, etc. Then we also have the struggling and searching for the food in the present times, etc. In this way, they can make their mind to be happy, to be peaceful. Then you also reflect on the Buddha's quality, etc. Then you can also make your mind to be happy or peaceful. Or in this way, you can develop concentration. Then Samaye Ejupakanata, when you are practicing meditation, then your mind is very peaceful and tranquil with the meditation objects. At that time, you only just keep this condition. Don't do anything. Or this one, you only just, ignore. Without making too effort and without reducing your effort. Only just keep follow. In this way, then your concentration will increase. Then another one, Asamaita Bogala Privachanata. Okay, avoid avoiding from the one who have no concentration. If they have no concentration, they will do here and there, then your concentration will not increase. Then Samaita Bogala Sevana, associate with the one who have concentration. When you associate with the one who have concentration, then you will also practice diligently like this person, then your concentration will increase. Dharadimodata inclines to get concentration, intentions to get concentration. That you understand. Okay, another one, number Ubekazam Bojanga. The number 7, there are also 7 things to increase Ubeka Sambojanga. Saddha Sankhara, Saddha Mejadata. Saddha Mejadata. You should be one who has immediate nature towards beings. Towards beings. Saddha Mejadata. Saddha Mejadata means you must be the one who have immediate nature. Immediate nature means towards beings. For example, you don't have too much attachment to the beings. You don't love, you don't hate. You have tranquil mind, equanimity mind, equanimate mind towards the being. Or if you are, the equanimate mind towards the being, sure, if someone meets, you will get angry. If someone you love, then you will have too much attachment, then upekha, equanimity will not increase. So you must be the one who has equanimate mind without having love and hate towards the beings. Sankhara Mejadata, in the same way, Sankhara formation things. Okay, you must have the immediate nature without having love and without having the hate, not too much attachment. Sometimes you are not satisfied with the thing, not like this. Okay, equanimate mind. Whatever I have, okay, no problem. Your mind is equanimate. Then Saddha Sankhara Kelayana Pogala Privachanata. Some person, they have too much attachment to the being. Beings mean their son, their daughter, their disciple, something like this. Their property. Or some, okay, their property, etc. Then you should avoid such kinds of person. Okay, then you should avoid such kinds of person, then equanimity will improve. But some person, you also associate with the one who have tranquil, equanimate minds toward the beings or the things. Okay, they don't have too much attachment to the beings or the sankhara things. they have equanimous mind. Or whatever they have, they are satisfied with things. They don't get angry with the beings or the things. Then when you associate with the one, then your equanimity will increase. Tadati modata, you have intentions to get the equanimity. There are 5 things. If you have these 5 things, then your upekha sambojjhanga will increase. Enlightenment factors or equanimity will increase. So then when you develop these 7 enlightenment factors, then you will be expected to prosper, to develop, not to decline. Then the Buddha taught to the bhikkhu or all of his disciples. So when you follow these 7 when you develop these 7 enlightenment factors, then your kusala will increase from kamavacharas to rupavacharas to arupavachara kusala to lokuttara kusala. Then you can attain nibbana, you can escape from, you can penetrate the Four Noble Truths, you can realize nibbana, you can escape from the defilements. That is why I encourage you to develop these 7 enlightenment factors until you realize nibbana. Sadhu, sadhu,
sadhu, sadhu. Thank you, Sayadaw, very much for your teaching today. We have about 5 minutes left, and there are several questions in the Q&A portion. Vandami Sayadaw, can you please explain a bit more on Yoniso Manasikara? How can a meditator use it to develop a better concentration? Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
How can a meditator use it to develop the better concentration? Yoniso Manasikara is the Yoniso Manasikaro, the Upaya Manasikaro, Patha Manasikaro. That means the proper attention. Attention associated with the, wisdom. That's why we call wise attention. Because of wise attention, they have kusala. They have kusala. That's why Yoniso Manasikara, kusala, Yoniso Manasikara, Bharatana. All kusala arise. All kusala citta arise because of Yoniso Manasikara. Proper attention, wise attention. For example, you are doing kusala, dana kusala, generosity. Without proper attention, without wise attention, sure you will not do this. By doing this one, then there's no benefit of doing generosity. Then they will not do. Then they have proper attention. By doing this generosity, then we can, for example, we can have a lot of benefits. Other person also will be happy. Then this karma also can produce until we realize nibbana or something like this. Then they do kusala, they do generosity. Then what happens? Then there's a kusala mind. Then because of Yoniso Manasikara. Then in the same way, they practice meditation. They observe the precepts, they practice meditation. Whatever kusala mind arises because of Yoniso Manasikara. But if they have no such kinds of proper attention, wise attention, they will not do any kusala. Then what will happen? Akusala will arise. Akusala, ayoniso manasikara, we call ayoniso manasikara. In vipassana state, actually, sabbe sankhara anicca, all formations are impermanent, suffering and non-self. But they pay attention, they are nature, permanent. Sukha, they are happiness. They are happiness. Then they are self, atta. They are beautiful. Subha. Then if they are paying attention in this way, because of ayoniso manasikara, akusala will arise with any objects. That is why Yoniso Manasikara means this one. Yoniso Manasikara is the proximate cause for all kusala. Ayoniso Manasikara and proper attention is proximate cause for all akusala. That is why, Then if you can pay attention, all formation as anicca, dukkha, anatta, asubha, then me you are Yoniso Manasikara. You have Yoniso Manasikara. then kusala are arising. Not only this one, in daily life also, when you do kusala, generosity, when you observe the precepts, when you practice meditation, whatever kusala you do, there's a, because of yoniso-manasikara, proper attention. Then, just now already explained, without practicing meditation, we cannot get any concentration. We cannot attain nibbana. Then they practice meditation with the good intention, a wise attention, proper attention. Then they can get concentration. They can get concentration.
Okay, thank you very much, Sayadaw.
Sayadaw,
Yeah.
the question is regarding Sati Sambojjhanga. Developing Sati Sambojjhanga is actually cultivating the Samasati, means right mindfulness. So, for example, someone, when they are practicing Samadhi, when they are meditating, what type of Samasati that he should have, then only can consider he has reached fourth jhana. For example, when he has very stable third jhana, and this third jhana, he felt that he has already, his condition has already suppressed us over the third jhana. He doesn't have any feeling of sukha. He just felt that the body is the body, the mind is the mind only. He can see the body as an outsider. So is this considered fourth jhana already? Is it possible for someone to end in third jhana and without his awareness automatically enter into fourth jhana?
No, depends on their skill. Without intentions cannot, okay? Intention to enter into the fourth jhana. Important. Okay? Then sometimes because of their nature, some person's nature is different. For example, they are patisandhi, chaita associated with the equanimity feeling, a different feeling, ubekha feeling. At that time in their life, usually this person is like, a little bit stable, not so happy. Look, not so happy, something like this. Because of this nature also, although they are entering into the third jhana, then sukha is not so strong. Piti sukha are not so strong like the other person. It is also possible. All person will be the same, not like this. Depends on them. Depends on their nature. Okay? That is one. But without intentions, for example, they are entering into the third jhana, they don't want to move to the fourth jhana, then without intention cannot reach. But maybe sukha is not so obvious like the other persons because of their nature. Their nature, only just this one. Anonymous must be careful. Anonymous attendant must be careful.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Sayadaw, you would like to ask why, when facing an object, someone must have emotion, must have feeling. Is that true that someone must absorb in this, maybe the object, what he means? He says, except the Buddhanusati, all other objects are just paññati. So why someone, when facing this paññati, must have emotion, must have feeling? I think the object here means the meditation object. Means when facing a meditation object, why someone must have feeling in order to absorb in it. And his understanding is all these objects of meditation, only Buddhanusati is not paññati, the others are paññati. Why the meditator should have feelings toward the paññati?
No, not only Buddhanusati is Brahmata objects. There are 12 Brahmata objects among the Bodhi meditation subjects. Okay, then no, depends on the objects. and yogis nature or intentions, not must have. Okay, depends on their nature only. For example, if the objects, for example, taking the piñati as object, anapana patibhaka nimitta piñati as object. In the first jhana, second, and third jhana, then there will be somnasa awareness, pleasant feeling. Piti, for example, the first jhana and second jhana, according to the Chatoka way, there is piti in those jhana. In the third jhana and fourth jhana, there is no piti. This is only their nature. The object is the same objects, not because of objects, because of nature. Okay, Brahmata objects, for example, in the four Arupa jhana, the first Arupa jhana and the third Arupa jhana take piñati as objects. The second and the fourth Arupa jhana take the Brahmata as objects. But there's no piti, although object is different as Brahmata and piñati. But there's no piti according to the nature. So this is natural law, okay? So not because of piñati objects or Brahmata objects.
Okay, thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, just now when Sayadaw explains about the way of developing the Satta Bodhanga, there are ways to dissociate, means to avoid those unkind person, those rough person, those person without sati. So let's say if those persons are their own parents or family members, brothers and sisters, how to avoid them?
Go to the monastery meditation center, okay? When you go to monastery, the teacher or the abbot, also the Steve, very rude or rough person, okay? Still avoid, then go to another teacher, another monastery, another place, and this way, okay?
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, in which books that he can find the explanation on the four woeful, the suffering in the four woeful states and the conditions in the Deva realm? And for a meditator, when facing with their own Kammatthana teacher, should he maintain an equanimity mind, upekkha mind? Then only his meditation can improve.
The first question is the explanations of the suffering of woeful state, is it?
Yeah, in which book that he can find the explanation of the suffering in four woeful state and the condition in the Deva realm?
Deva realm.
Yeah.
Then you can find, for example, Majjhima Nikaya, like Deva Dutta Sutta, etc. There are also explanation of the suffering of woeful state, etc. Okay? Woeful state, the Deva Dutta Sutta. And there's also this suttas in Anguttara Nikaya, also in Majjhima Nikaya. There are also the other things. About the explanations or the heavenly realms, usually explains and commentary. In Sutta, usually explain only maybe a little bit only. A little bit only, but the sense commentary explain in detail. Something like this. Also,
second part, sorry.
No, second part is what?
Second part is should a meditator maintain an equanimity mind, upekkha mind towards his meditation teacher, then only his meditation can improve?
It's better. Equanimity mind is very high level. Without having love and hate, it is better. You know, if you have love, attachments to someone, what will happen? Then lobha is arising. Then their concentration, their meditation will not improve. If someone hate the one person, then dosa is arising. So their mind is falling to one side, love or hate. Then their mind is not equal. Then equanimity is very important to improve your concentration, especially concentration. There is one upekkha Brahmavihara is the highest among the Brahmavihara for sublime abidance meditation.
Thank you, Sayadaw. The next question is, Vandami Sayadaw, can someone develop Samadhi while studying in university?
Depends on their times, their condition, and their intention. Although they are studying university, they also practice meditation regularly, so increasing. Although they cannot attain up to higher level, top level, but their concentration is improving. When they have their vacation, a holiday from the school, they go to the meditation center or quiet place. They practice with the teacher. Then will be able to practice easily. Then will increase their concentration in this way. Then when they graduate, then they can practice diligently. Then they can attain up to Nibbana. Okay? And this way, sure, need to start from beginning any times. From university, from middle school, high school, university, okay, anytime. Those practice were supposed to practice diligently, to practice longer, to attain realize Nibbana like this.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
If like Sami, he also ordained here before, then he disrobed. Then how to do? Sami from Lebanon.
Vandami Sayadaw, when facing with the family member who are going to pass away, as a Buddhist disciple, what should he do in order to help this family member who is going to pass away soon?
Going to pass away, then they have to do sankusala. If he or she is interested to listen to the Dharma, then play, for example, like Brahma chantings, which he or she prefer. It is better. Then by listening to the chanting or the Dharma, when they pass away, then they can go to the good destination. And also do sankusala. For example, you want to offer some flower or food to the Buddha. Then here I am doing this kusala for you. Then please rejoice with this one. In this way, then you do. In this way, whatever kusala you do, you inform her or him. Then if he rejoices with this kusala, also very good. Also ask them to stay with one object. For example, like Buddha Nusati, whatever he prefer, then he can stay. Or maybe she can recall the good objects, good kusala that she or he had done before in her life, which is the best for to recall in her mind or his mind. Then recall all the time. Then don't pay attention to any other objects which can cause worry or sorrow. Or in this way will be okay.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Vandami Sayadaw, how to overcome the attachments to the family member? Someone may care too much about the dukkha and sukha of the family member. He cannot bear the family member faced with too much dukkha. How to have upekkha mind towards family members?
Decide to ordain, like Venerable Dhammadasi. Okay? And practice diligently. I must overcome. Then sure can be. Just now, Dharati Moda, the intention is very important. You want to attain Nibbana, you have intentions to attain Nibbana, then sure you will practice meditation, you will do which way can lead to Nibbana, then you will follow. The intention is very important. Mind is very important. Mind will lead your life.
Thank you, Sayadaw. Vandami Sayadaw, Buddha says you should abandon the Dharma, all the more what is not the Dharma. Could Bhante explain the meaning of the sentence, you should abandon the Dharma? Thank you. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
You should abandon the Dharma. Dhamma, for example, you practice meditations to attain jhana. You attain jhana. You should not have attachment to those jhana. Actually, those jhana practice are not to have attachment. Based on this jhana concentration, you practice vipassana. Then when you realize Nibbana, then what will happen? Then enough, you don't need to have attachment to the jhana attainment, something like this. Then this jhana attainment is to go to the other shore. For example, you use we call the like boat.
Rough.
Huh? Okay, then speedboat or ship or okay, in this way. Then you use this ones to pass the river. When you reach the other bank of the river, okay, you don't need to keep this boat. Okay, then you go you already reach your destination. You don't need to have attachment. This one. Okay, this one is very helpful to me. Then you also carry this one and keep with you, not like this, only just to go to the other bank of the river. So don't have attachment to these things. Okay, make a bamboo or make a tree, something like this. Only just put there and you already reach your destination enough. In the same way, you do kusala, even you practice concentration, you attain up to jhana's concentration. Then based on this concentration, you practice vipassana and you realize nibbana. At that time, you don't need to have attachment to those even those jhana dhamma like this. Only just to go to the other bank of the samsara, like nibbana. Or then me not to have attachment, even not to have attachment to dhamma with this one.
Thank you, Sayadaw.
Sayadaw, if someone during his meditation, he have these thoughts arise. May I stay stably in third jhana? If I can enter into fourth jhana, let it enter into fourth jhana. So is that the correct way of having the inclination?
The enter into the third jhana?
When he can stay in third jhana very stably, then he has this thought, may I stay in this third jhana stably? And if I can enter into fourth jhana, let me enter into fourth jhana. So is that the correct way of guiding the mind?
According to the procedures, reflect the disadvantages of the third jhana and advantages of the fourth jhana. Then after reflecting on that, okay, with the intentions, pay attention, for example, Mahāparinibbāna nimitta objects, then she or he will automatically reach to the fourth jhana. Stay there. This is intentions to reach the fourth jhana. Okay, and this way is better. But if they have already practiced the up to fourth jhana or the other, for example, like 10 kasina attainment, like 14 ways, at that time, within short times, they can change from objects to objects, jhana to jhana within short time. Very easy. From penya to pramatha, from penya to pramatha, pramatha to penya can change within short times. A glance of mind, within short times can change. Very easy. At the time, no need to reflect. For example, you are entering into the third jhana, immediately move to the fourth jhana with the intention. Then you will automatically reach there. From penya to pramatha objects, pramatha to penya objects also the same way. That is why they don't understand. That is why anonymous attacker is attacking. The objects is Mahāparinibbāna is not the objects of, there's no light or something like this. This is a concept objects or something like this. There's no kalapa in those Mahāparinibbāna objects, something like this. Can change concept to pramatha to concept within short time, if they are skillful. Especially if they have already practiced 14 ways. Very easy to change. From nama to rupa, rupa to nama also in the same way. From internal to external can change easily within short time. From the first jhana to even nivasinyana can change, can move very easily within short time. Can be many different. But they don't understand such kinds of things with the latent knowledge. That is when they are attacking us. Okay? They also anonymous attacker.
Okay. Thank you very much again for your teaching today and all the answers to our questions. May you please lead us in making aspirations and sharing merits, please. Thank you, Sayadaw.
Okay, repeat after me to share your merits to all beings. Idame punyam.
Idame punyam.
Asawakaya.
Asawakayam.
Wahang hodu.
Wahang hodu.
Idame punyam.
Idame punyam.
Nibbanasa.
Nibbanasa.
Pacayo hodu.
Pacayo hodu.
Mama punya bhagam.
Mama punya bhagam.
Sabba Satanam
Sabba Satanam
Bhajemi
Bhajemi
Te Sabbe
Te Sabbe
Besamam
Te Samam
Punya Bhagam
Punya Bhagam
Labandu
Labandu
Sadhu
Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu